Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing the BMW X1. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the BMW of Pleasant Grove, Utah for giving me some time with this X1. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. If you have any questions, need any help, just ask for Joe. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 7-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 34 on the highway, with power outputs being 241 horsepower and then 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the BMW logo there, front and center, and I like how the hood's raised there in the center portion. And then we kind of have like a signature BMW design with the headlights. And then notice the trim here at the bottom is all darker in coloration, including the grille. And putting it all together, it's distinctively BMW, and I think it looks good with the proportions. It's hard to tell on camera, but in person, it really does look good. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245, 45, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, you've got the silver mixed with the metallic gray. I think that looks really good. And I like how they've body painted the fender flares. That's a nice design touch. And then notice that's like blacked out there at the bottom. That's pretty cool. Same thing with the mirror caps and the window trim. And then here is your full side view with the X1. Now taking a look at the key fob, we've got our lock/remote start function. I like the M colors on this. And then you've got the unlock and then the opening for the hatch on the side. And then popping into the hatch area, we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory, and this has quite a bit of storage space. Again, the X1 is BMW's smallest crossover, but yeah, overall, I mean, I'd say it's still pretty spacious. And then when you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Taillight design here is really cool looking, and then you guys can see X-Drive 28i, and then we got all the rest of the badges. And then I like down here at the bottom with the diffuser. And putting it all together, what do you guys think about the looks here with the X1? Now popping inside, you guys can see soft touch here, and look at the stitching that goes across. And then I think this is so interesting for the handle, and then even the door handle too. Very unique. And then taking a look at the seats, perforated all down the center portion, and cool design here with the stitching. Now legroom back here is solid. Got a little storage pocket net. You guys can see the vents, USBs, and we also happen to have a cup holder armrest. And then headroom back here, it's nice. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see soft touch here at the top, and look at the stitching down below, and then we've got more soft touch here. All of our window controls, and then the mirror adjustments. Mirrors do power fold in, another cool looking door handle. Memory seat function, we do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors as well. And then taking a look at the front seat, again, that same cool design with the stitching and everything. Power adjustments here on the side. And then there's your pedal layout. And then we've got our light controls here. And I like that trim. And then look at the soft touch here on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. Got these cool paddle shifters here on the back. Got a bunch of practical controls on the front, like your phone controls. You got your cruise control, little M mode there at the bottom. And I like this trim here. I think that's really cool. And then you guys can see here with the stocks on the back. So I got this digital gauge close to here in the center. You can see it shows you, critical vehicle information, like, how fast you're going, for example, fuel range, all of that. And then the cool thing is when you change the modes, does kind of change the background here of the gauge cluster, so that's sport mode. And then in reverse, we do have trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Good resolution on the backup camera, and got the panorama view, apparently. That's cool. But yeah, overall, I would say pretty good camera system. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the screen is really good. I mean, it's definitely quick to respond. And then you guys can see you've got easy access to the climate control setup, heated seats, and heated steering wheel, which is a nice feature setup to have. And then we do have soft touch all over the rest of the dash, and again, more of that nice stitching. And look at the vent design, that's cool. Same thing here in the center as well. And then you guys can see here for the phone charging bed, that's interesting how they've done that. Some cup holders, got some USBs right there, and then it's like a floating center console design, so there's storage underneath the center console. But you can see the top part of the center console area. It has like your volume control, your drive mode select, the gear selector, which has an interesting pull tab. And then that's for like the chassis tuning and everything to change it, and safety stuff as well. And then this is weird. So you press that, and that's what opens up the rest of the center console. Very spaceship looking, if you ask me. And then we've got a pretty big glove box here. And then up top we do have a panoramic sunroof as well. Now taking a quick look at the window sticker, you guys can see there's a few options added to this. And then after all options, $46,350 is the total MSRP. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, and I like how the dash is all, I kind of mentioned that, but it's nice. It's all soft touch. Mirrors are blind spot monitoring, then throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off in our test drive of sorts here with the X1. This BMW group, they've got this store here in Pleasant Grove. They also have one in Murray, and I think, I might be wrong on this, but I think the Murray location might have the M35 version of the X1. So if they do, then I will definitely pop up there and film that version of this car. But you guys can see that here, well, shoot, this line of cars in the way. But on the other side, you gotta trust me, there's a bunch of X1s. So they just got quite a few of these X1s in inventory in a bunch of different colors and packages. So yeah, again, if you're looking for an X1 here in Utah, they've got quite a few. And this one I picked up because I think it's the coolest looking, in my opinion, because it has the kind of like blackout package. I don't know, I think it's sharp. And once we get past this little thing here, kind of get on it a little bit. It's got torque. It has got some torque. It's actually pretty impressive overall. And I will say the 7-speed in this, you might think that the transmission would be, you know, a little bit weird, right? BMW usually does 8 speeds in most of their cars, but it's not bad at all. Like, it's smooth for being a dual clutch and all. I guess we'll pop it into the sport. This has the interesting kind of look for the modes. It's got, yeah, it's got some torque. It's got some torque. The biggest difference between this, from what I read in the M35, is the horsepower. It's not actually the torque. Also, I do not know why this is on full blast. We'll turn that down. I usually like it to be cold, to be honest, in the winter. So yeah, anyways, summing things up here with our test drive of sorts here with this X1, and here's the line of X1s they have. So you can see they've got quite a few in all sorts of different colors. That one's probably the coolest, the silver with the black. I think that looks really sharp. But anyways, I think this looks fantastic on the outside. And I've driven this this version in the past. It drives really well for what it is. And, you know, for a BMW, it's reasonably priced. What this would kind of compete against would be like, maybe like the Lexus NX to an extent. Audi Q3, you know, that kind of size segment. And the thing I like about this is I think it looks really good, performs really well, nice interior. And I like this segment of luxury crossover because they're more economical in terms of the pricing, but then also with the fuel economy, right? They're more fuel efficient because it's a smaller vehicle with a smaller displacement engine. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the X1. But I think if you're just looking for like a fun, affordable BMW, this, and it, again, it has like a lot of cool elements like the steering wheel design and little door handles and everything. I don't know, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. But let me know what you guys think.